Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Monday, July 13th, 2026. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. The economic calendar for today is full of medium important data releases. As you can see, the most important ones are during the US session. FOMC member Bowman will give a speech at 11:25. At noon, the OPEC meeting will start. And then we have the Fed Waller's speech at 6:30. 15 minutes later, we got ECB Schnabel's speech. Then at 8 o'clock, we got federal budget balance, and at 11 o'clock, ECB President Christine Lagarde will give a speech as well. So, no high important data releases, no high important events for Monday. So, without any further ado, let's switch to the charts and see how is the situation at the beginning of the trading week. We start with euro dollar. Euro dollar 4-hour time frame chart opens with retail gap to the downside a little bit, local low 1.1390, but it's quickly trying to regain the lost ground. As you can see, since the lows made at the end of the June 2024 located at 1.1325, we've been moving inside of this horizontal range when the volatility is very much limited, when the volatility is low. Local technical resistance is 1.1473, local technical support is 1.1362, and we are waiting for the breakout on the euro dollar. That should happen sooner or later. Bullish pressure weakened a little bit after the cable on the 4-hour time frame chart hits the level of 1.3450 and reverse lower. Right now we moved even below the local technical support located at 1.3391, 1.3383. Local low was made at 1.3365 into the neutral market conditions on the RSI. As you can see, even a little bit below the level of 50. Nevertheless, there is some kind of a bullish pressure on the current situation on the cable since the low of 1.3139. So the market still might have a chance to move higher and break above the 1.3485 swing high. US dollar versus the Japanese yen continues the inside of the range trading. The swing high and the trend high for now, extreme high is 162.86 and the local low is 160.51. Since then, the market is trying to basically to regain the strength. As you can see in the background, we've been moving higher. We've been moving up since the end of the May 2026. So now the bulls are getting ready to break above the level of 50 on the RSI and continue towards the recent extreme highs located above 162.80. So bulls are in charge of the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Gold market reverse lower after a test of the trend line and a bounce to 4,137. Gold market moves lower and is approaching the 4,025. The technical support. Recent bounce was quite strong, 6.55%, but the current RSI is below the level of 50 again. Rather is moving towards the level of 39 or even lower. So bears are in charge of this market, and any breakout below 4,023 will establish even more bearish power and lower prices should be expected. SP500 hits the level of 7,579 and reverses a lower bearish engulfing pattern here. Momentum is still positive, 55 points, but this is not a strong momentum. It's just a regular momentum that needs to test the level of 50 or break below the level of 50 in order to see any changes for the situation on the chart. Nevertheless, in the background, it looks like the bulls are still trying to move higher. A recent bearish engulfing pattern might not be enough to stop them, as in the background there's very strong up trend. So for now, a little bit of a pause, a little bit of the pullbacks, a little bit of the sideways market or something like this. Nevertheless, bulls are still in charge of the S&P 500. Crude oil opens gap up towards the level of 75.07. So we have the internal gap here, and we might see some sort of the movement to the upside that should be made, and that should be filled basically very soon. So the gap fill is expected. Let me just place this gap so you guys can see. We will use the rectangle pattern, for example. Let it be. So we got this area here as the gap, and this gap has not been filled just yet. 71.72, 73.16. The recent movement to the upside was 13.5, almost 13.5%. So movement to the upside is welcome yet again, especially after this gap up. And last but not least, the Bitcoin. Just recently, the Bitcoin has a problem with the level of 65,000 and the level of 64,590. We might even place the technical resistance here, internal technical resistance. So definitely Bitcoin is having problem with this level. The bulls are not strong enough to break above this level. So after 1, 2, at least 3 tries, this level was abandoned. We got the reversal lower, and right now we're trading just a little bit below 63,000. Dollars momentum is already negative, 39 points only. So if we break below this low or below this technical support, 60,942, the further weakening of the Bitcoin is being expected. As you can see, the overall situation on the market, not only on the crypto, but not only on the SP500, the indices, the stocks, and the Forex pairs is basically a little bit subdued because of the holiday season, because of the current situation on the market. The volatility is subdued, the movements are limited. Nevertheless, they still happens. So please stay focused, stay vigilant, because in that situation here, these movements might get tricky, might get a little bit more surprising than usual. So stay focused, stay vigilant. We will see each other tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.